Hello everyone, very good afternoon. I am Varisha. I am a second year undergrad student here at UBS and welcome you all here at UBS. Thank you so much for being here. If you can just have a brief introduction about all of you.
So I'm Dr. Aparna Bandodkar. I'm practicing dental surgeon in Mumbai and also an avid rider. So I've been riding across India past more than a decade now on my Royal Enfield Bijli and just trying to know more about our country because as I said, one lifetime is not enough for our country. And Bijli gives me the liberty, the freedom to travel across states and discover, explore more about the ancient land.
Hi, I am Sybil Miranda, former captain of the Indian women's hockey team. And sports is my passion. Keen enthusiast. I do hockey, I do badminton at the moment, organize a lot of events on my weekends after my job, that's with Miranda. Throw ball for men, women, mixed cricket. So, this together, all our women and men, who are so busy in their daily lives, so that they have a break and they have the me time on the weekend.
Myself, Zoya Thomas Lobo. I'm India's first trans photojournalist and a fashion model and influencer.
I'm Rashmi and I'm founder of Mumbai Ploggers. It's a group of people, volunteers who keep themselves fit as well as they make sure their environment is clean as well. I also am an educator and I'm very passionate about sustainable development goals, sustainability in general, education. These are a few things that keep me going. That's all.
So we already have like a glimpse of your life journeys. So we make this interaction, this chit chat, a little fun and insightful questions. Okay. So the first question that I'd like to ask all of you is. What is that one moment you feel in your life that that was maybe a turning point or something that you are grateful for? So that one moment that you could all share. Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead.
Turning point for me came when I got my first assignment for an international agency. That was also a very big turning point for me because getting into photojournalism field as a new beginner, as a freelancer, as a very fresher into that particular career field and getting an international assignment is a very big achievement for me. It was a really very big turning point for me, and then as well as I have been worked with 3 well-known brands and working with them and getting that exposure was a really very good turning point for me, like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. When I got into sports, I didn't think I would reach this level because basically for me was to actually enjoy the sport and just play it. There were so many sports that I was doing, and to select one was, becoming a little. But when I got into it, it just went with the flow. And after certain years, when I stopped playing because of my knee surgery for the country, that's when I realized now it's my give time back to sport.
Right.
If I have had and I've enjoyed my career in sport, what can I give back to society? So that's when I came up with this idea, and I was also playing throw ball. In fact, I started just with throw ball. And we were only around 16s. And when I started, I got into organizing and getting women out to play. And initially I had a tough time because they're a little, orthodox. Parents are not allowing, the husbands are not allowing. They're so busy with their school-going kids. And then when they realize it is they're seeing other women and all coming out and, never mind what age, no age, no barrier, nothing. She said, why not come? I landed up at 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, in a span of 2 years, 3 years, 26 teams. And I said, oh wow. I said, if I can do that, why not get into different sport? So today here I am getting into different sport, helping everybody come out and play and just enjoy it. So those 2 days that are there, what they have is they leave the family life aside. They're just there on the ground, whether it starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, ends up at 10 o'clock in the night, but they're just there and wholeheartedly enjoying themselves. where I even call a dancer or like somebody who comes and performs and they perform and there were Zumba artists, something and they all. So it's not only play. So it's like getting into like a lot of exercises also and singing and dancing and that's
nice.
fun. Yeah.
So in my case, when I bought my motorcycle, initially the target was to just go across the country, do rides, explore new states, come back. But in the first few months, I actually had one desire that I want to go to Girgaon for Gudi Padwa. If you know the festival, a lot of photos of mine became viral the first year itself. Because I had plans of wearing the Nagari sari and donning that sari and ride the motorcycle. So it was my dream. And I had seen almost a decade and a half back one lady sitting on the Yamaha RX 100 and riding. She was the only lady who was a widow, by the way.
Wow.
She, with all the shringar, everything, and just forgetting what people would say, what a stereotypical widow should wear this kind of clothing and not do this, not do that. She was the only one who basically amongst the men who were riding motorcycles, she was riding her RX 100. And I was, I think that time in college, in junior college, and I always visualized myself that I want to do the same thing when my own motorcycle comes. And before that, the motorcycle which I own, I didn't feel I should go. But when I had a bullet, somehow that urge became so strong that I felt I am going this next Gudi Padwa. And I somehow removed some contacts. Some school friend was staying there. She introduced me to that same lady. I took permissions and I went there. And the response there was overwhelming. As in the way they welcomed me with open hearts and they mentioned, please come back again next year. So I said, just going there without a purpose. 1 year I went there donning the sari, in our traditional attire, and that's the only one sari which you can wear on a motorcycle. Otherwise, the 6 years doesn't give us the liberty to sit on the motorcycle. So why not, just support our and encourage our cultural heritage through that. Various types of saris are there. And secondly, then I realized that why not keep one hero in mind that year and say there's like Shivaji Maharaj one year, or there's some or the other idol, Jhansi Ki Rani. So that year I had actually the shields and the talwar and everything. So the journalists, because there was a lot of media coverage, they started asking me, what basically look are you, representing today. So every year I had that in mind and I used to prepare that day. Now this year I have in mind for Ahilyabai Holkar. So that's how you can basically tell the next generation about the long lost stories about these heroes in the past. Because newer generation, very few of them read history, and the history what is told marod ke bataya hua is not right. But at least when I represent myself in that manner, they'll understand, okay, ye insan kaun tha. They'll go back and search about, read about them and understand what they have contributed to our country. Be it a male or a female. Say, 1 year I had the Maula topi. So the journalist asked me, why you are donning the Maula topi. So I said, see, if Shivaji Maharaj, as we know that he immensely respected women, and if he would have been alive in today's day, obviously we see in army, navy, air force, in defense, everywhere we see women. But at that time, he was such a visionary that I respect him in such a manner कि आज के तारीख में अगर वो होते तो surely army में इससे भी पहले आ जाते. Women would have come in the defenses and would have progressed much more further because he was a visionary who basically imagined these things to happen. And that's how I represent, that particular hero.
Just in one of the summit I had attended, there was this one journalist only, and she mentioned that people don't realize, but India and Bharat are two separate things, and we are just constantly moving away from Bharat, whereas we need to come close to it now, and I think that's a very creative way of doing that.
We need to go back to our roots and understand that, because the secret in living well and being a good human being, the code of conduct, it lies in the secrets of the ancient sciences.
Right. Thank you. Rashmi, what have been your learning?
So for me, it was Teach for India of the fellowship because right after 2019, I graduated as a mechanical engineer and I was in the path to become a mechanical engineer. Definitely, I would have been designing different things on softwares, but suddenly something didn't fit right, and I took a year to just figure out what's that one thing that is stopping me from being what I want to be. And then Teach for India Fellowship, one Instagram post. Seriously, like I saw it on Instagram and I was like, what is this? This seems interesting. Went in, went through interviews, got in, and then finally pandemic hit that very same year. I was supposed to join, and it changed my worldview. A lot of privilege that I took as given, it made me realize how much I must value that. So it brought me in real sense on ground. I was definitely a humble person before that as well. Like I don't remember being unkind to anybody ever, but I never felt the real, like how privileged actually I am. That gravity you feel. So that time made me realize that privilege is the real thing. So that, and definitely seeing the Govandi, seeing the community, how congested it is, how people live there, and how the students that I used to teach, being in those circumstances, being there, they still have that thought of just being the best self they can be, and they never feel that we're less. So all my kids, in fact, I must tell you about learner bloggers. So I do blogging, and my students they've known this for a very long time. So my kids, what they did was that they created their own community called learner bloggers. They only asked us, asked me, Didi, what is blogging? And I told them, this is what blogging is. So they had a garden in Shivaji Nagar where they live, and every Sunday they started blogging, me not knowing that yet, okay. And one day they're like, Didi, we are inviting you as a guest to our blogging event.
Oh my god.
And I was like, okay, what blogging event? And then they said, this has been going on for 4 weeks now, and we made Zoya's mom make bags for us. So we collect garbage in that, and then we give it to our local garbage lady, all the garbage that we collect.
I think that's your true achievement.
Yeah.
What you've been able to pass on.
Yeah, so there is a community called Learner Ploggers now, and they continue to do it, and I still stay in touch with them. Recently I taught them how to post postcards, so I keep doing things like that, but definitely Teach for India Fellowship was something that changed completely the person I was heading to be, right?
Right. So thank you. And because a lot of youngsters are going to view this video, this chit chat, to people of my age, of how they should head to their future. I can start with you.
Okay. See, now you guys are very young, so it's the right time to basically loha garam hai, maar do hatauda. So whatever you are imbibing, you guys are like clay. So just manifest, be positive, and don't rush into things. Take your own time, because the world tells you do this, do that. A lot of opinions will come, but you have to go within and introspect what's right for you, what's wrong. It's not that you all are young and that's not a kind of a age where you will take smart decisions. No, everybody has their time, but then aap jo decision le rahe ho, you have to go within and peacefully think what's right for you and manifest. If you have a very strong feeling that this is it, how much ever the rest of the people, whether the rat race is going in one direction, it's not necessary that you have to get into the rat race. Because life is just about thinking one step ahead of people and thinking apart. Don't go with the flow. 10 people are doing that thing, you have to do no. That's how people become leaders, or they are noticed, or they achieve something, is because they put their heart and soul in this idea, and that idea has to be something very unique. So just think peacefully, and then once you have thought that this process is going on the right track and this is it that I want to, then don't keep any doubt in your mind. Because in life, fear and doubt, two things stop you absolutely. That pulls you down like a crab. So just seamlessly just decide that this is for me and I'm going to take my journey ahead from here, and success just awaits you. It's just that small step that you need to take. Once you have taken the plunge, just don't keep that baggage of that stress. What will happen? How will it be, happening for you? The divine takes care of it automatically.
Attitude is gratitude. So let your actions speak more. Be positive. Just go and conquer the world. It's all open and yours.
Thank you.
Always support each and everyone in the society. Try to be equal not only with people around you, but with everyone on this planet. Accept each and everyone equally. And if you all see or if you all can feel if there is a person from the LGBTQI community around you, try to accept that person. Because your one acceptance can help that person to move ahead more in life, can help that person to open his hidden talent and to achieve something in life.
So I'm taking a lot of all the gyan that I have gotten because I'm still young. I won't say I'm old, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry.
You guys are amazing.
However, when you were born, I learned how to write.
Yes.
And when I was 1 year old, she was representing India.
Oh my god, that's the age gap we have here.
Yes. So for me, I would say like this is how I have worked until now, figuring out and knowing that what is guiding you is something that will keep guiding you. So always listening to your instincts. That's what I have done, and that's what has worked for me until now. So just listen to your instincts, listen to what your heart is saying, and keep figuring out things. Keep solving puzzles. Problem solving is a very good skill. Just learn that, and you will learn life.
Thank you so much. One last question. How has your experience been here at UBS?
Superb.
Really very nice.
Fantastic.
We like the surrounding. It's been set up in a nature, and it's really very nice. The location is.
You're absolutely within nature. There's nothing else.
That's the best
More
part
better you can
love
expect.
about our campus.
Free of
I was-
pollution, free of everything.
I was telling Rashmi that previously Gurukuls in India were meant to be away from homes, like hostel life. Nowadays people are so much into their kids and they want their kids to be in front of their eyes. But actually Gurukul system worked that way, that kids have to stay 12 years apart from their parents, which doesn't happen. And that's the time they're not distracted by their parents or laad pyar nahi hota. That's why the shloka Guru Mata Guru Pita, तो आप ही गुरु हो, आप ही मेरे माता हो, आप ही मेरे पिता हो. So the status of that guru is given, the parents is given to that guru, and guru is the one who teaches you how to be a good human being more than your parents. So this campus just reminds me of that Gurukul system because you are in the nature. It's like an Aranyaka, which is like a forest, a Gurukul, and that's how people should learn because that's how your mind opens up. Otherwise, in a closed environment, full of pee, popo, so many stress,
Place
markers.
is surely great for to be here, to learn.
Yeah.
So it's green, it's ideal for your brain to work well.
Just like I'm saying that, a lot of what I've realized through learning and teaching is that for a lot of students, their school or wherever they learn is also their safe space. So I mean, you have a great safe space here. So definitely enjoy that.
Thank you very much.